Namaste students. Today we are going to start with another animal tissue, that is connective tissue. As the name indicate, connective means to connect. So this tissue, connective tissue, it connects or binds the cells of other tissues present in the body. So it helps to connect or bind the cells of other tissues in the body, and this tissue, connective tissue, it provides rigidity, support and strength to the other tissues present in the body. Now, what is the composition of the connective tissue? As you have already studied about epithelial tissue, the epithelial tissue, the cells have very less intercellular space or no intercellular space. But in case of connective tissue, large intercellular space is present between these cells, and this intercellular space, it is filled with a substance known as matrix. Along with cells, fibers are also present. Fibers are thread-like structure. As you can see here in the diagram, the cells of the connective tissue, they are widely placed, means large intercellular space is present between the cells, and a substance is present in between these cells which is known as matrix. And in matrix, thread-like structures are present which are known as fibers. The amount of fibers, it differs in the type of connective tissue. Now, the space present in between the connective tissue, it is known as intercellular space, and the matrix present in between the cells of connective tissue is known as intercellular matrix. Now, the matrix, it is of different nature. It can be either fluid, means liquid, or it can be viscous, means jelly-like, or it can be rigid. Rigid means hard. Okay. So, depending on the nature, the matrix, it is either fluid, viscous or rigid. And depending on the nature of the matrix, there are different types of connective tissue. These are blood, adipose tissue, areolar tissue, tendon, ligaments, bone, cartilage. Blood, it is known as the fluid connective tissue. Adipose, areolar, tendon, ligament, they have viscous matrix. And tendon and ligament, they have large amount of fibers as compared to cells. Then bone and cartilage, they have hard matrix. First of all, we will discuss about the areolar connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue, it is the most abundant connective tissue in the animal body. Now, where you will find alveolar tissue? Between skin and muscles, in the bone marrow, around blood vessels and nerves. Means in between your skin and muscle, areolar connective tissue is present. In the bone marrow. Now, what is bone marrow? In the long bones like humerus and femur. Humerus is present in your arm and femur is present in your leg. These bones, they are hollow from inside, and they have a substance in them known as bone marrow, and this bone marrow contains areolar connective tissue. Now, what are the function of areolar connective tissue in the animal body? Its function are that this areolar connective tissue, it fills the space inside the organs. Then next, it helps in repair of tissues. It also provides supports to the internal organs. So these are the functions of areolar connective tissue. Now let's discuss about adipose tissue. Adipose word is related to fat. Okay, so this tissue, adipose connective tissue, it is also known as the fat storing tissue, because adipose tissue, it stores fat. Adipose connective tissue, it is made up of fat cells or adipose cells, and these adipose cells, they are different in shape from the other cells. How? These fat cells, they have a large vacuole, and this vacuole is filled with fat. The vacuole filled with fat is known as the fat globule. To accommodate large fat globule, the adipose cell or fat cell, they have a very small nucleus and very small amount of cytoplasm. Here you will find adipose tissue in the animal body. Adipose connective tissue, it is present below skin and between internal organs. So below your skin, adipose connective tissue is present. Between internal organs, delicate internal organs like kidney, they have a layer of fat or adipose tissue, and this layer, adipose tissue layer, it protects the kidney from shock and injury, because this adipose tissue, it acts as shock absorber. Now let's discuss about the functions of adipose tissue. Adipose connective tissue, it acts as a filling tissue, so it provides shape to the body. It acts as insulator. Insulator means it protects the body from cold environment. For example, polar bears, they have a thick coat of adipose tissue below skin to protect them from the cold environment. As we have already discussed that they store fat. With this, adipose tissue is complete. Now next we are starting with the tendons and ligaments. Before tendons and ligaments, we will discuss about fibers. What are fibers? In the beginning, I told you that connective tissue, it consists of cells and fibers in the matrix. What are fibers? Fibers are thread-like structures which are present in the matrix of the connective tissue. And these fibers are of two types, that is white fibers and yellow fibers. White fibers, they are made up of protein known as collagen protein, whereas yellow fibers, they are made up of protein known as elastin protein. Now on the basis of type of fiber, whether tissue is made up of yellow fiber or white fiber, there are two types of tissues, that is tendon and ligaments. Tendon are a type of connective tissue which mainly consists of white fiber. It means tendons, they mainly have white fibers in them and less cells are present in their matrix. And these tendons, as their white fibers, they are made up of collagen, and collagen have less elasticity or less flexibility. So that's why tendons, they have less flexibility. Now what is the function of tendons in the human body? Tendons, they connect bone to muscles. What is their function? They connect bones to muscles. We have already discussed about the muscles in the last class. So three types of muscles are there: cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles and visceral muscles. So the skeletal muscles present in the body, they are connected with the bones with the help of tendons. Like these muscles, these are the skeletal muscles, and these skeletal muscles, they are connected to the bone with the help of tendon. Second is the ligaments. Ligaments, they are made up of yellow fiber, and yellow fibers are made up of elastin protein. As the name indicate, elastin, it means these proteins, they have elasticity or flexibility. So these proteins, elastin, they form the ligaments and they are more flexible as compared to tendon. Now where you will find ligaments in the human body? Ligaments, they help to connect bone to bone. So wherever in the body two bones are connected, they are connected with the help of ligaments. For example, your elbow joint and your knee joint. So they have ligaments. you can freely move your hand. How? Because of the ligaments. So ligaments, they help in the movement. So let's discuss the difference between the tendon and ligament, and it is very important according to exam point of view. Tendon, they are less flexible. Ligaments, they are more flexible. Tendon, they connect bone to muscle. This is important point. This one. So tendon, they connect bone to muscle, whereas ligament, they connect bone to bone. Tendon, they are made up of white fibers, whereas ligaments, they are made up of yellow fibers. How to retain that? Tendons, they are made up of white fibers. In white, T letter is there, and the tendon, it starts from T. So T, white, tendon, T. And yellow, it have two letters L, and ligament starts from L. So L for ligament and L in yellow. I hope it's clear to everyone. Now let's move to another connective tissue, that is blood. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. There is only one connective tissue which have fluid matrix, that is blood. What is the composition of blood? Blood, it consists of fluid matrix and blood cells. Fluid matrix of the blood is known as plasma. What it is known as? It is known as plasma, which consists of water, nutrients, proteins, hormones, and when blood, it returns back from the tissues, it contains waste material also. Blood cells are of different type, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC is known as red blood cell, WBC is known as white blood cell and platelets. WBC is further differentiated into different types of cells, that is neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and monocytes. Now let's discuss about the functions of blood. Now blood have different components: plasma, red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets. So let's discuss their function. First of all, blood plasma, it helps in transport of various substances like water, nutrient, proteins, hormones to the body tissues, and in turn transport waste material from the body tissues to the kidney. Okay. And RBC, red blood cells. These red blood cells, they have special protein in them that is known as hemoglobin. And this hemoglobin, it is responsible for transport of respiratory gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. So the hemoglobin, it transports oxygen to the body tissues from lungs, and from lungs oxygen is transported by hemoglobin to body tissues, whereas hemoglobin, it carries carbon dioxide from the body tissues to the lungs. So simply we can say that red blood cell, it is responsible for transport of respiratory gases with the help of hemoglobin. Next is protection. WBC or white blood cells present in the blood, they provide protection to the body against harmful microorganisms. Okay, so it protects the body against different types of diseases. Next is clotting of blood. Platelets present in the blood, they help in the clotting of blood. What do you mean by clotting? Whenever you get an injury and blood oozes out, after some time that blood clot or it solidified. How? Because of the presence of platelet. So these platelets, they help in the clotting of blood. So these were the functions of the blood. Let's revise once again. Blood, it consists of fluid matrix, plasma and blood cells, that is RBC, WBC, platelets, and it helps in transport of various substances and transport of respiratory gases. It provides protection to the body against infection with the help of WBC, and it helps in clotting of blood with the help of platelets. With this, function of bloods are complete. We will start with the next type of connective tissue which has solid matrix, that is bone and cartilage. First of all, we will discuss about bones. Bones, all of you know that bones, they are solid and non-flexible. So the bones are solid and non-flexible connective tissue. And these bones, they are solid because their matrix contain salts such as calcium and phosphate salts. These calcium and phosphate salts, they provide rigidity or hardness or stiffness to the bones. So what is responsible for the hardness or stiffness of bones? That is the calcium and phosphate salts. The bones, they are made up of cells known as osteocytes. So the cells of the bones are known as osteocytes, and these osteocytes, they are embedded in hard matrix, and this matrix, it contains calcium and phosphate salt. Now what is the function of bones in the human body? All of you know that bones, they form framework of the body. Framework means they make skeletal system of our body that provide support to our body organs, that provide shape to our body, and it provide strength to our body, and it also help in locomotion and movement. Next is, as we have discussed earlier, that tendons, they help to connect muscles. Which muscles? Skeletal muscles to the bones. So bones, they anchor muscles with the help of tendon and provide support and protection to the main organs of the body. Main organs are like heart, kidney, liver, okay, your stomach, and even your brain. It is protected by the skull, which is made up of bones. Like your delicate organs, this is your rib cage. Now rib cage, it protects all the delicate organs like lungs, heart, kidney, and your stomach, and here is your liver. So all these delicate organs, they are protected by the rib cage, or you can say bones. Now the next type of connective tissue which has solid matrix is cartilage. Cartilage, it is a flexible tissue in comparison to bones. So cartilage, it is a type of flexible connective tissue, and it also have solid matrix. But the matrix of cartilage is less solid as compared to bones. And the matrix of cartilage is solid because of presence of proteins and sugars. Now what is the location of cartilage in animals? That is nose tip, ear pinna, trachea, bone surfaces, and larynx. Larynx is also known as sound box. All these structures, they contain cartilage. Now what are the functions of cartilage? Cartilage, it smoothens the surface of bones at joint. Bones, their outer end, it is covered by the layer of cartilage, and this cartilage, it prevents the wear and tear of bone during the movement. During locomotion, it prevents the wear and tear of bones, and wear and tear of bones, it is prevented by cartilage. Next is cartilage. It also provides support and flexibility to the body. Cartilage, it is made up of special cells that are known as chondrocytes. C for cartilage, C for chondrocytes. So the cartilage, it is made up of special cells called chondrocytes, and these chondrocytes, they are embedded in matrix. and this matrix it has protein and sugars. The cells are chondrocyte cells. They are widely spaced, means large intercellular space is present in the cartilage. So let's discuss the difference between the bone and cartilage. Bone, it is strong and non-flexible tissue, whereas cartilage is a flexible tissue. Bones, they have hard matrix because of calcium and phosphate salts, whereas cartilage, they have solid matrix but less as compared to bones because of proteins and sugars. Bone cells are known as osteocytes, whereas cartilage cells are known as chondrocytes. And this form the framework that support the body, and they provide support and flexibility to the body. So with this, connective tissue is complete. That's all for today. Thank you everyone.